I'm the man, yeah, I said to kill the bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for I would label the drink. I care what a broke nigga think.
Just like the pack of Lewiz.
Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too sharp, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. I'm still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dream came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grind together, we all get hunger pain.
We made it to the end, y'all. That's right. Picard. Farewell. Lay Ill Kid at OneYoungsta. Hold it down. Bring that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, all year. Another wonderful episode of On Screen. Like I said, we talk about Picard. Farewell. Goodbye. We are done with season 2. All right, it's finished. Finito. We don't have to worry about it no more. All right, it's gone. Girl, you gone. So it's gone. It's finished. But I'm not by myself. I know you're probably like, oh, snap. Oh, there's someone else up in here? Oh, what you gonna do? All right, what's happening? Well, right over here, I'm joined by the cinematic sorcerer, Solar Gray.
Hey, how you guys doing out there? This is Solar Gray, the cinematic sorcerer, and I am coming at you from the Wizard's Tower. And yeah, well, does it always have to be epic? Because I care that this show is over.
Oh, man.
I am good, mon capitan. I am good.
Okay, so I want to start off with Rios. I want to talk about Rios for a second.
Okay, it's good to be right. Yeah, I'm calling that. I'm like, yeah, no, he gonna stay. He gonna stay.
Okay. Yes, you are right. I have no problem with you being right. My problem is the same person that said they went around and gathered up all the butterflies decided to stay in the past. Just your presence, just you being there, just you. I don't know. Did she have another kid? Is that another kid that exists that shouldn't exist? The inspiration that you gave to, or is it a situation where this already happened and we're just completing the loop? That, you know what I'm saying? it's annoying. That's what it is. The man, I don't have a problem. Yo, man, I'm glad you found somebody. You got somebody that got you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? You find somebody that's special in your life. You're moving on and getting in love, being in love, getting married, holy matrimony, holding hands, watching TV and eating dinner together. That's pretty much what you're going to do. Like Chris Rock did not lie about that. You're going to watch TV and you're going to eat together. That's what's going to happen. So I like that. But you stayed in the past, man. Not Mr. I got all the butterflies together. What about the dead guy? What about the dead Borg people that should have been regular alive people that, man, look, y'all just stomped all through the past. All right? It's just, y'all did a horrible past job. Like when y'all came back, it should, now, I know, you know what I'm saying? I know everybody does time travel differently. But then how does this even change things for Discovery season 5? Like there's so many things that it's like, hold up. If you start like trying to wrap your head around, it's like, don't ask no questions. Essentially the writers are like, don't ask no questions. Shouts out to Geeky Andre. So I guess okay, we can get into the regular review. Geeky Andre starts it off with a good question or a good statement. He said that he liked this season more than season 1. I'll pose that to you, Solar. Do you like this season more than season
1? Real talk, I actually like this season more than I liked season 1. I think it was better put together. Although I ain't never seen you this hot over anything we ever reviewed. This is special for me. Man. This is special for me because, like off the air, we've talked about a couple of things and I've seen your passion rise up when it comes to important issues. But when it comes to like, you're normally that dude that's like trying to find the good stuff. Like, no, we're going to focus on the positive. We're going to bring all this stuff. This is the first time I didn't seen you just tired.
It's 10 hours, man. 10 hours we had to watch this. 10.
I do very much like this season more than the first season. It was meandering, but it started with a premise and characters that I cared more about.
Yes.
The first season, it was like, look at the Romulan stuff. And I'm like, I never cared about the Romulans. I'm like, I said, Discovery is the first thing that's really made me give two craps about the Romulans. I like them in concept. The Vulcans that don't suppress their emotions, so they get caught up and feeling a certain kind of way. But that's about it. That I'm like, yeah, so what, Romulans? So with this one, with the time travel, the Q, the Borg, I'm like, all right, these are 3 aspects of Star Trek that we're starting off. I care more about all 3 of those things. I wanted to care about the first one because we got the data and the Dr. Soom thing and the measure of a man and the evolution of AI technology and stuff. But and this season Star Trek has never handled time travel well. Except Discovery is really their first time handling time travel well because they went forward, not back. forward, not back.
And ever since I saw Valiant Comics do the 4000 AD storyline, I'm like, why don't more people do that? Like jump like 2,000 years in the future, so like you can do whatever you want.
The future epochs are always where the best stuff comes from. That's what sci-fi is at its core. Yeah, that's what sci-fi is at its core.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you jump 2,000 years in the future, anyone that can do anything is now gone. So you can do whatever you want. It's fresh and new. You can have similar feeling things, but everything is gone. So like say, you can apply that to anything. Let's go to Star Wars. We jump 2,000 years in the future. Well, guess what? We don't have to reference Yoda anymore. We don't have to reference Obi-Wan. We don't. Maybe you might see a mention of his name in like some old tome or something.
I'll go a step further.
But you don't have to mention Darth Vader.
Bro.
You don't have to mention Leia. You don't have.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. It's all your world. All you have to have is Jedi, Sith, bounty hunters, and gunslingers. You know, any number of those things.
I'll go a step further and say you don't even need all that. Like,
well, I mean, those things are kind of very.
I'm saying
very Star Warsian.
But when you jump an entire epoch into the future, you can start cutting off one or two of those things. Like you get Star Wars and just 1,000 years past where it is, Jedi are gone and they've been forgotten about. Done. Now let's talk about droids and people. I mean, Discovery did that. Where are the Klingons? We don't know. There was the dilithium crisis and we ain't heard from it. Where are the Breen and all the people in the Delta Quadrant on the other side of the warp hole? We ain't worrying about all that. You know, we're rebuilding Starfleet. So yeah, you go to the future and you get almost a clean slate with the possibility of bringing back whatever you cut out.
I would liken the Jedi sort of to the Federation. And like what the Federation is to Star Trek, the Jedi are like, I feel like somebody would have to have the Force in some type of way because hold Star
up.
Wars, you know
I didn't say get rid of the Force. I said get rid of Jedi.
Okay.
You know, you can go 10,000 years in the future of Star Wars and everybody's got the Force. It's a new form of energy. It's been capitalized on in the same way that chemistry and electricity is being used now versus how it might have been looked at during the Roman Empire. I mean, you got a lot of different things that you can do, you know, and yeah, like I'm like, no. I just don't get rid of the Force. The Force is intrinsic to the Star Wars universe, but the Jedi, the Sith, they might have let that stuff go a long time ago.
Somebody's gonna have to fight somebody.
Huh?
There's always going to be some bad guy doing something.
Well, it wouldn't be Star Wars unless there was a war, and I get that. but getting back to this, Picard has now become the same chronological menace as Kirk. You know, just with this one season. You know. Because Kirk used to go stomping all over the timelines, going back, dating Jewish chicks during Nazi Germany, you know, giving transparent aluminum to an industrialist in the 80s and Scotty not knowing how to use a first generation Macintosh computer, you know. And now it's like, hey, I'm Rios. I'm a pilot from the 24th century that's dating a doctor in East LA. And it's like, you're a pilot, bro, you're an engineer too. Like there's a whole bunch that you can do. I mean, it was all right. It was all right. I didn't mind the way that they wrapped up the story because they wrapped up the story. And I hate to say that. I really do hate to say that.
They wrapped, I'll say this. Season 2 in general is better than season 1.
Very much so.
But it's not. I think season 1 actually might be tighter than season 2.
I will say season 1 is actually tighter than season 2 because no time travel.
Yeah, that's true.
When you write a time travel script, you're going to have danglers. It's just, I think the tightest time travel script that I've ever seen was literally the Back to the Future franchise. That's it. Everything else is just like time is, don't worry about that. Even Doctor Who, the show that has been based on time travel since 1963 is like, no, don't worry about it. We ain't going to clean up everything because you can't.
Don't worry about that. At least in recent stuff like let's say like Endgame. At least they tried to be like, oh, let's not mess with nothing. Even though they still ended up messing something up with Loki kind of just be like, peace out. But
and what about Steve?
oh yeah, and Steve. So
You know,
but at least we saw them making real, like, I guess
they were making real efforts.
to try not to mess up stuff.
Yeah, during their whole heist, it was like, don't get seen by nobody. Okay, you got seen. Lie about who you are.
Yeah.
You know, don't tell him that you his son, Tony. Don't just talk to him about becoming a father. That's it.
Yeah,
now move on. Steal the stuff. Get out of here.
And then hug him randomly because you got your closure that you always wanted.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Oh man. But
especially since Howard didn't live long enough to see what Tony would look like at that age, so he would never know. That'd be fine. That's fine. That's tighter.
Yeah, because at that age, Tony wasn't even born yet. So
you know what I just noticed?
We'll let it ride.
Yeah, you know what I just noticed? When you and I don't like something that we're reviewing, we'll talk about everything else besides that.
I was about to come back to this. In Farewell, after watching Farewell, I think this season would have been better with maybe 6 or 7 episodes instead of 10. It would have forced them to trim the fat. And because I actually don't mind the final episode. I don't mind it. It's decent. It works.
It tied up loose ends.
It tied up the loose ends. I think if this season was 7 episodes instead of 10, I think we could trim out all the random extra stuff that we did.
You know what? I will absolutely agree. Absolutely. We didn't need the car chase. Nope. We didn't need Rios getting caught up by ice.
Nope.
I would say we didn't need the Picard flashbacks with his father.
No, we did not.
But I will say we did. We did. And where
that kind of aligns with what Q was. So
exactly.
Yeah, okay. So
remember what I said last week? Like, I'm gonna back off and I'm gonna not criticize all this stuff when it comes to that, because the Q episode formula is what's going on, and then Q comes around in the epilogue going, I did this to teach you this time.
Yeah.
That's just what that character does, and it's 30 years. It's 30 years consistent. So I'm like, okay, cool. But what I will say,
discussed, that's usually one episode. I think a 2-part episode at most, and not 10.
Yeah, what I will say is that's what this needed. If they cut off the Rios acclimating to the 20th century or 21st century, if they cut that story arc completely out, forget the doctor, although I like her. I like her a lot.
Cool.
But it felt like they're setting up for a spinoff show, and we didn't really need that. And had it just been, I'm sending you back to the past so that you can sort out your head game, in an environment where you have a choice to either forgive yourself or alter your past and remember what happened last time you altered your past. Ensign Picard.
Ensign Picard.
That would have been cool. That would have been fine. That could have been the time travel to lead up to the Borg and the Q thing. That's what this season should have been. Like, from the get-go. We didn't need the melodrama with Jaffe and Elf Boy. We didn't need the melodrama with Rios and Hot Doctor. We didn't.
Rios and Hot Doctor.
I can't remember her name.
What's her name? I mean, that's essentially what she is. Pretty doctor. Pretty doctor, and then also, look, okay, Hollywood, stop lying on single moms. I know, I'm every woman. Women can do everything. Women are powerful. They're incredible and whatever. A single mom ain't got time to take care of this kid dragging him all over the place and doing like spacey stuff with Rios fixing his. Because remember, what about the other people that are in the other people
in the clinic?
in the clinic? Also, remember what mama is leaving their child? Didn't she say it was like the middle of the night or whatever that she came to? What mama is leaving their child in the middle of the night? Well,
you know what?
There are some mamas that be for the streets, but still,
you know what?
A good mama is leaving her child in the middle of the night for some random dude that need help at the clinic.
All right, so real talk. Being the child of a single mama, I would be happy. Not if Star Trek quit lying and showed the whole story, but if Hollywood would show these single moms doing all the stuff that they actually write them do, but write them tired.
Yeah,
that's it. Like, just make them tired.
There's no way. Like, she is. I mean, her hair is on point, makeup all good, right? Clothes fresh. I'm like
when she came up in the middle of the night, I was expecting ponytail. Yeah, I'm serious. It was like watching a 50s sitcom where mom sleeps in makeup after hair, and I'm like, had she shown up with a ponytail, sweats, a raggedy t-shirt that was clean, but you could tell it was old because the art on it had faded from 1,000 washes, I would have been like, you know what? Yeah, I'm right. Yeah. And if she had been a little more punchy, because it's not just that they always show up looking on point, but they're always acting on point. And I'm sorry, I grew up, like, my mother was a beautiful woman, big woman, beautiful woman. Okay. And she had style. So when she went to work and all that stuff, she was doing everything to the nines. And I was lucky that she showed up to my school to randomly check on me from work. So she was still showing up to the nines because she worked the graveyard shift. But you get my mom at 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the middle of her sleep cycle, there ain't no makeup. There ain't no hair on point. There might be rollers. There might be a Jerry curl cap because we're talking about the 80s. There ain't going to be no pressed and cellophane. Them edges ain't going to be under control. And she ain't going to be nice.
It's in the middle of the night and she looked awesome. She looked incredible. And I'm like,
exactly.
First thing, you left your child at home in the middle of the night?
I'm like, were you at home or were you out clubbing? Tell the truth.
Because they play, I don't know how old her kid was. I don't think she
no older than 12. He was no older than 12 years old. Because he still cared about
10.
Like I said, no older than 12. I mean,
10's not super young.
Well, he wasn't locked in his phone, and this is set 2 years from now. He still played with toys. He still drew, so he was still drawing and stuff in the clinic. So he was no older than 12, like no older than 12 years old. He ain't made it to that pre-adolescent point. Yeah. Which is why they did one thing right, which was when the sun was up, he was right there. If she got to go somewhere, he's right there, and And
I'm assuming this is because this is set during summertime or something like that. And we're just saying,
let's hope. Let's hope. So.
Because if it's not during summertime, then why ain't he in school? Not in school? Unless you do homeschool, like maybe after work, but then that makes me ask more questions about how tired you are.
Yeah, exactly. So I would be cool if Hollywood in general, when they depicted these single mothers, I want to see a few bags under the eyes. I don't want to be all like Kendrick Lamar going, nah, show me them stretch marks. Show me. I just want to see some bags under the eyes, some half drank cups of coffee, and a whole lot less patience.
Yeah, I know we in the new era, you know what I'm saying? Women can do everything. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm against women doing things, but you also got to say, it's not like we haven't seen real women in real life,
especially our people. We know how strong women are, but we also know that it comes at a cost.
Yes.
Start showing the cost. Be more real with that, saying you can do everything.
Clothes
and it's gonna suck.
And you in a clinic, you don't ever have like a little I don't know, like vomit or blood or something or something's tore up, or maybe, like, because those clinics, especially you're out here in LA, those clinics, it can get dicey who comes in there. You know what I'm saying? And, you ain't going to see the dicey.
Nah, bruh.
You ain't going to Cedars. You ain't going to the nice Kaiser or something like that. No, you going to just a free clinic. Clinics.
Have you ever seen Bringing Out the Dead?
No.
Okay, Scorsese movie. Nicolas Cage is a ambulance driver, and they show an ER. They show the admittance lady is like, so hold up, you're coming in here for an overdose, so you filled yourself with poison, almost died, now you're coming to us to make you feel better. Why should we? Because you're just gonna go out there and just fill yourself with poison again, and I'm gonna see you again this week. And I'm like, yep.
I mean, I get it, but you're not supposed to say that. Huh? But see, that's the kind of woman we needed for Rios. That were like,
exactly.
Why am I here? What do you want? Like,
I'm not gonna lie. That was the best part of Dr. Pulaski. That was the best part of Dr. Pulaski. That was, and I didn't like Dr. Pulaski as a character, but that aspect of her, just I'm healing you up to do something stupid, right? Like they would be, we have an away mission. Yeah, I'll see you when you get back. I know, like, and honestly, that is the thing that made McCoy such a memorable doctor, because he was always complaining and yelling at them for the stupid stuff they were doing.
Yeah.
And but this doctor, had she been a little bit more like McCoy, who was tired, disheveled, and was just over Rios, just like, you're cute and everything, but you were really getting on my last nerve. We need help. We're at your clinic. I guess you're going to be waiting until tomorrow morning, huh?
But I will say this, because Tyler Bennett said, hey, it's Mother's Day. So you know what? I'll let y'all have this. Happy Mother's Day to I don't know, to Pretty Doctor. That's all we really have.
You know what?
Happy Mother's Day to Pretty Doctor. You know what? Be as fabulous as you want to be at work.
Now, you know what? He's saying like backhanded compliments on Mother's Day. Nah, man. I'm saying all y'all single mothers out there on Mother's Day 2022, I see you and I want to see you more. Okay. You deserve the recognition that you working so hard for. We need to see you on TV to show, you know what? This is possible and it's hard. And that's what makes us amazing. Yeah, that's what I want to see.
That is a good point. It's possible, but it is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Because
these Hollywood single mothers make it look too easy.
Yes, this is a whole nother show. But the idea of like being a single mom, being cool or being okay because, hey, look at how easy it is. It's like, no, I've seen interviews of single moms saying, I would have preferred to have a man there with me. Because
every single mother I have ever known has been like, I would prefer to have, every single mother I have known has been like, I would have preferred to have anybody, husband, brother, my mama, my grandmama, my brother, my sister. I need help, and by the way, when you are watching this in the future, Lady Lisa, I see you too. All right. And I'm telling my boy publicly, you best step it up today because, your particular lady, she does good. She does good.
We good. We cool. Yeah. Ain't gonna be no single mothers over here.
No. I'm not talking about single mothers because y'all a good team. But today is the day. I got to give a shout out to Lady Lisa.
Yeah.
All right. Another mother that don't play. So I see you. I appreciate you. And I'm saying we need way more of you out there. All right. Just saying that. So yeah, that's the whole thing. But yeah, so I'm with you. Like Hollywood, show that it's possible, but show what it costs. You know, just when we see them on screen, we need to see that they tired. Because I don't know about everybody else out there, but I have always been the person that appreciated more the characters who kept doing what they had to do when it was hard. You know, that was the big thing. That's one of the things that Star Trek kind of falls short on, because specifically with Picard, they had to throw in 4 or 5 different episodes to make him hurt and to make him cry, because he was just cool all the way across everything. He was always, we can find a diplomatic answer. We can find this. We can do this. It's nothing but a thing, number one. Now make it so, you know? And we had to see a couple of episodes of There Are Four Lights, and I got PTSD from the Borg, and, you know, stuff like that. We had to see that because he was a little cool. He was a little too put together, you know? So yeah. So when it comes to that, yeah. But I will say I did like this last episode, and I'm not quite sure if I liked it for what it was or because it's over.
I think I liked it more so because it's finally over.
Yeah.
But they tied it up good enough. You know, they got to see Jurati again. We got to see, how much she remembers of Picard. And that apparently she still has an affinity for them, but she's
succeeded with her little mission. You know, honestly, all of that stuff with her becoming Jurati Borg, we could have cut that too. we could have cut most of that too. The car batteries, the singing scenes, we could have cut most of those B plots.
The kissing Rios, the singing, the car batteries.
And I'm not saying cut it out. We could have trimmed. We could have trimmed. There was a lot of fat on those.
Straight to her going to Dr. Soong and being like, I know you have the materials that I need.
Mm-hmm.
And then her using those materials. Yeah, because we just meandered, y'all. We meandered. But that still leaves the question. So are there 2 Borg queens out there?
Yes. Yes, there are. Because
so what happens then?
Star Trek has been doing this for a long time, because there's technically 4 species of Borg out there now, because we got Jurati being the queen over here, then we got the Super Borg queen, but we also have Hugh, who kind of counts as a Borg queen, and then we got Lore's old faction.
Okay.
So yeah. So I mean, it's that whole thing.
Geeky Andre says, "Oh come on, Jurati becoming the Borg queen was some of the best stuff this season."
I disagree. I disagree.
Even the song part.
Like I said, I'm not saying, and Geeky Andre, I'm not saying cut it out. I'm saying trim it. We didn't need her walking around LA in the red dress drinking car batteries. We definitely didn't need Raffi and Seven's budding romance while trying to hunt down the people who kept separating from the party. And I'm not against the budding romance.
The romance was budding in the first season, remember?
Yeah.
So why is it budding again? Like, I thought y'all was there.
And this season, that was the thing. This season had a bunch of things that if they had just focused on would have been amazing. But they asked us to watch too many things grow. You know, they planted a lot of seeds in that first episode, and they said, now watch all of them grow. And we're like,
because
I like that
Raffi
plant better.
And Seven were talking and doing kind of like the very, basic relationship stuff, like you're controlling, but you're controlling because you love so much and blah, blah, blah. I was just like, didn't we go through this in season 1? I thought y'all was down with each other. Like, I thought like this was covered. Like, why don't y'all just, it was similar to, I can't remember who it was. What show was it where I was tired of? Oh, Supergirl. Okay.
Yeah.
Roll with me for a second.
Yeah.
Supergirl's sister, even though the show is called Supergirl, for some reason we gotta chill out with her sister instead of seeing Supergirl fight really cool people and strong folks and battling each other because she's super and the show is Supergirl. We're gonna follow her sister. Fine. Okay. We gotta go through all this CW melodrama. I'm like, just have them be together. I'd rather y'all just can they just be together? And then we don't have this melodrama mess. I don't. Just have them. I don't mind like a little playful bit, but they drag that whole coming out story like, man. I'm like, bruh, look, she gonna trust you. She your sister. I mean, sorta. So she gonna trust you. Just come out to her, and we can get back to Supergirl on Supergirl. We want to watch Supergirl.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch Supergirl's sister figures out who she want to be in life. No, I don't
Yeah, a matter of fact, the show is supposed to be about Supergirl figuring out who she want to be in life. So if I don't watch that, no, and I'm definitely with you. And I think my irritation behind it is I'm tired of seeing budding romances over the course of a season. I would much rather, and this might be because of my age or my media savvy or something, but I would rather they get together early and we watch the relationship as it evolves, not all of this precursor stuff, Yeah,
like will they, won't they kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's like, look, they did, and this is what it looks like, and that's the thing that I would like to see a little bit more, because
Tyler hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Tyler.
thanks a lot.
Yeah, that's great. Now
that's what will happen.
Like
they'll be like, they'll be like, look at what they're talking about. They should be ashamed of themselves. They could have just talked about Picard, but look, they're hating on Supergirl. That wasn't even the show. It'll be like, well, you got to watch the whole stream to get to. You just don't. But, so
yeah,
that's the thing. We took Raffi and Seven kind of back to season 1 and had them kind of grow again. The Eleanor stuff was I think
they were wise to cut his stuff out of the script. I really did, because
we got him back and everything's fine.
Well, the thing is, his story arc is a prime example of most of the stuff that we were forced to watch grow. Picard picked him up. He had to go through this. Who am I going to be? Am I going to go to Starfleet? Am I going to be a space ninja? What does being a space ninja look like? I was raised by the space ninjas over here, but I don't fit in. So I got this misfit thing. Then he came to terms with who he was. And now it's like, okay, cool. Quiet, you. Yeah. So we got all that. We got all that stuff, right? And then when they didn't have anywhere else for him to go and to explore himself, chill, don't. Now let's take a look at that. And that was the whole thing. So they could have done the same thing with the Raffi 7 relationship. But I think this season spent so much time on interpersonal stuff because there wasn't much meat in the plot for anybody but Picard and Jurati. That's it. That's it. And honestly, if they had just leaned into that, because the whole thing with Picard and his past and his family member and coming to terms with his childhood and us getting more of his history to show what kind of person he was and kind of explain his teenage rebellion, and the fact that Q has always considered himself a friend to Picard and Picard coming in with that.
It's a weird way to be friends, but okay.
Actually their relationship reminds me of Darius and Ern in season 1 before the cell phone,
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a pretty cool thing, but I also give this show a little bit more leeway because I said a long time ago, this show is essentially wrapping up and sending off the entire era of the next generation. This whole show is about saying goodbye to Picard, Jurati, Riker, Troy, and Data, and all those people. That's what it's really about. And so that's why it's sprinkling in those member berries and stuff, because it's like, all right, you're gonna see them like one, maybe two more times, and then we done. They're not coming back. This is Star Trek going forward. Yeah. Say goodbye to everything you grew up with. It's done. It's gone. Well, is Worf coming back? I don't know. We got to talk to Michael Dorn, but everybody else is gone. Especially since we lost Odo this year. I mean, seriously, it's so fact of the matter is, we do
have him in animated form. We saw him on Prodigy, so we will, his works will live on.
Yeah, well, the whole fact of the matter is, fans have a hard time with things changing and saying goodbye. Star Wars pretty much said, put the past behind you. Kill it if you have to. Yeah, just like I killed Han Solo, and then we killed Luke, and then we killed everybody's love for Leia. So you get Chewie. That's all you're getting. That's it.
All you is Chewie. That's it.
And that's because it's a full body makeup thing, so anybody could be in the Chewie suit. So we good. So with this like Picard is doing that for the next generation. So it's like, I know you grew up on the next generation, get out. And don't worry, they're going to be doing the same thing for Voyager soon. They wrapped up DS9 very well.
Yeah.
So they probably won't be doing that for DS9 unless they talk to Michael Dorn and we get one last appearance of Worf. But that's it. It's like that era of Star Trek is over, and people gotta... Yes. And this is Paramount saying, nah, y'all, it's over. You can keep writing your fan art if you want to, but it ain't going to be published. We might give you some novels like y'all read, but that's it. No more. It's nothing over. On screen, nothing on streaming, nothing on TV. We might sell it to another network so that they can run reruns, but that's it. We might give Will Wheaton something, because he won't leave us alone, but that's it. It's done.
Now he won't leave us alone. Geeky Andre said, I still think that in the Star Trek future, it's stupid for Picard's dad, a member of Starfleet, to lock his wife in a room as the answer to mental illness. Yeah, I can't remember who remarked on it last
No lies
week,
detected.
but they were like, they don't have any other way to deal with mental illness. Yeah, we got all these machines. You pull a bullet out, you can make food come out of nothing. You got all kinds of heal your body, lay on the table, and be like, and like heal your whole body, all kinds of stuff. All right, amazing things. But then when it comes to mental illness, there's like, I don't know. Put her in the back of the house.
Just put her in the closet. Oh man, mom's crazy. Stick her with the Babadook. All right, cool.
Yeah, just
get an extra plate of worms.
Just put her in the back room and hope nothing bad happens.
Yeah, just I don't know. We don't know what to do with mom. Just put her over there.
We also see Picard put the key back. So we tied up that loose end. So this episode tied up some stuff and I just think that after seeing this episode, I'm like, man, if we shaved off like 3 episodes, if this was like 7 instead of 10, I think I would have ended up enjoying this season. Mm-hmm. For the most part, I struggled through this season. I struggled.
So do we want to talk about the elephant in the room?
You know what?
That's Brent Spiner's characters. So I love Data. I love Brent Spiner. I love that he got the work. Okay. Yes. I even liked this character.
Yes.
I loved his performance.
Yes.
I hated the writing. It literally was, because, okay, he's playing a mad scientist and he's good at it. But last week's episode with him being the mustache trolling villains with henchmen, and then
even I didn't mind with like I'm a board member, so I'm just gonna go. That's not how it works.
He went full Karen, didn't he?
Yo.
What? Oh, so my donation didn't mean nothing?
There's no Karen better than the Karen of all Karens. Who's the Karen of all Karens? Ozark?
Oh.
You know who.
Yeah.
You know who.
No. Okay, so Wendy is Queen Karen.
Wendy is the Karen of all
Wendy Bird
Karens.
is the Karen to end all Karens.
She is the Queen Karen.
But I don't know. Tyler Bennett says Elon.
Like dude was like, I'm a board member, so I can go wherever I want. I'm gonna leave you here. It's like, it's not how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, as a board member, you do have sway, but this is still a semi-military
But not to break
operation.
quarantine protocol. Thank you.
Yeah, it's sort of a semi-military operation, kind of. Like they're not just gonna let you walk and talk to the astronauts. They're about to get yo, man. No. This ain't the bus. There's not another one coming in 15 minutes. They gotta go.
Okay, so I used to work for an aerospace company, right?
Yeah.
And so you want to know what that really would have been like? I'd love to talk to the astronaut and get a face-to-face. What? No, you can't do. They just got out of quarantine. Oh, so you're saying that my donation don't mean nothing? Not enough to get you a face-to-face, and if you don't like it, we already spent it. Just don't give on the next one. Yeah. That's really what it was like. I gave this donation and we spent it, and they are going up in space and you get to watch it. That's how it is.
You get to watch it from here. That's what you get.
Because what was he going to do? Take his money back 5 minutes before the launch? The ship is fueled. The astronauts are in there. Ain't nothing left to buy.
Is
like seriously.
He was horrible.
Yeah.
Just the way he was written was just bad. And I kinda didn't care about Corey. Like, I kind of didn't care. I get it. The girl need to work. She was in season 1. Gotta get it off. All right. But I kind of was like,
I'll go straight out. I didn't care. Yeah, I didn't care. I didn't want her back. When I saw her on screen, I'm like, really? I mean, it's good to have a contract, but you are superfluous. You are completely superfluous to this plot.
We didn't need her anymore.
Boom, right there.
So out of the things we've talked about that we could either trim or don't really need, that gets rid of 3 episodes and we good. And now we're at a tight storyline. You know what I'm saying? We learn about Picard's past. He finds out his father wasn't the monster. He believes in himself. You got Q coming to terms with his death. You got young Whoopi and old Whoopi.
And not dying alone. That was a big thing.
Not dying alone. You know what I'm saying?
Not dying alone.
He was surrounded by sort of friends, I guess.
Well, he had his one friend, and it was, you know what? You're my boy. I guess these are your new boys, so they're all right, but you're my boy. And that's I get to die being there for my only friend one more time. Okay, all right, I'm with that.
That lets you know how annoying Q is, because Q there's other Qs out there, or I guess other letters or whatever. So they're like, you think one of them would be one of his friends or something. They're like, nah, we don't like you neither. We don't like you. You always playing games, messing with stuff. We don't want you here. Go out and mess with human beings. And he's like, all right, well, I mean, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, seriously, that is a real big thing. It's like, I'm kind of a jerk and you're my only friend. And it's like, I'm your only friend because you're kind of a jerk, but you don't have to die alone. I'm gonna be here. But why are you doing all this? Because I'm about to die alone and it sucks. And I don't want that for you. But you gonna get it if you don't get your head together. So don't be like me. And I'm like, I knew it. I knew that's where they were going. This is the Q formula. This is just what it's going to do. So I was happy that I was correct on that one.
They did. Oh, so Clever Little Vixen said they've already established that that the Q all hate each other. Oh, see, I didn't know that. Because I'll be honest. I know Deep Space Nine to a certain degree. I know Discovery I know Prodigy. I know Lower Decks.
In TNG and some of the novels, they made it real clear. The Q are a nasty bunch.
Ew.
So I'm going to say this to Clever Little Vixen and anybody else out there, because I think Clever Little Vixen knows what they're talking about. We've all been the mailbox. It ain't nothing special, you know. And that I just quoted a scene from one of the books. I think it was Q-in-Law, where Picard actually goes to the continuum because two Qs are getting married, and all the Qs are like in a bar or something, and they're talking, and it's like, yeah, no, we just experienced the universe from different perspective, blah blah blah. Last week I was a mailbox for 100,000 years, and the other Q are like, we've all been the mailbox, it ain't special, shut up, you know, type of thing. But that's how they are. And that is how they are with each other.
Stress-Free K says, howdy, seems like Q is being melodramatic. He's probably not really dying, maybe evolving. So maybe that's a possibility. Who knows?
Real talk.
What is death to a Q? Like,
honestly, what's death to a human? I mean, that's the whole thing. He might just be evolving, but if he doesn't know, then it might be what he considers death. Who's to say? But the point is, he don't know. He doesn't know, and it's like, this must be death. I'm running out of energy. I won't be existing like this anymore, which is why he's like, I am moving on. In your parlance, it's dying. And since we don't know what dying is, But back to the whole Corey story arc and all that stuff, we could have cut soon, because I love Brent Spiner. I have said often, even on this channel, that he needs more work as villains because he's good. Okay. But his whole story arc, what did it accomplish? Nothing. It could literally be taken completely away from the story for season 2. And you lose absolutely nothing. The flight still goes off. Jurati, the Borg Queen, still gets all the stuff that she needs. Q still happens the way that he happens, and he brings back little elf boy. Rio still stays in the past with Hot Doctor. Raffi and Seven still get together. The Stargazer still saves the universe from what looks like the plot of season 3, where they bring back the rest of the bridge crew, and that's it. So we didn't need those two.
Because I guess he helped the Borg Queen get her materials faster and get her military men. I guess that's. That's still a very small thing.
It's a very small thing, especially since they had already had a setup for social commentary that could have been called back, and you wouldn't have even needed the military people. And that was the homeless encampments in that area, because she could have made a whole army with the homeless in them tents outside the Staples Center, and it would have been exactly as effective. Honestly, I think it would have been more creepy, because paramilitary people are hard to come by. But I live in LA. The homeless is everywhere. So she would have had that whole Borg zombie invasion thing going along with her. And that would have been cool. But nope. And I get it. Brent Spiner's under contract.
We wouldn't have had a gunless gunfight. But once again, I'm not going to go there. You know what? We're going to stay positive. Do you have any other final thoughts? You know, we're going to stay positive. Yes.
Yeah. Like I said, I really enjoyed this. I like the wrap up. I really hope Jerry Ryan gets work somewhere else, because I've come to really like her as an actress because of her work on Star Trek. And I'm not going to lie. The production of this episode, especially come the end, even with Wesley the Traveler showing up, it was sweet. It was really
What's wrong with
sweet.
Wesley Crusher, aka the softest kid in Star Trek history.
Well, honestly, I kind of would like to see what his like if he is going to get a spinoff show. I wouldn't mind watching it. I really wouldn't mind watching it. Because with that whole, so what are you? Oh, that is a long story, because, acknowledging I used to be called Wesley Crusher. And since then, and I remember the episode where he hooked up with the Traveler and left and did all that stuff. That was kind of one of the original pitches for Voyager back in the day, was to follow Wesley.
Okay.
But things didn't work out. But it's like, you know what? He has had a couple of lifetimes of adventures doing the stuff with the Watchers and the Travelers and all that stuff. So yeah, all right, let's follow that. And I didn't mind that it was a scene that was seated. Okay, and that was cool.
It was definitely seated.
Yeah. So honestly, though,
like, just in case we get a response, like people want to see this.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, this episode had the best act 3 of the entire series, first and second season combined. Okay, when they went back to the past, and when they finally went back to their future, and I really liked that moment where the helmsman was like, "Where's Captain Rios? Shut up, Ensign, and get back to your post. We ain't gonna talk about that."
Don't ask no questions.
Now is not the time.
But wasn't Rios like, shut up?
Exactly. Matter of fact, field promotion 7. This is your ship now. What? I'm an admiral. I'm tired. So make it so. That's not the next show.
Man, I hate to say it because it's like we are. During this season, we can see, he's, all right, Jean-Luc was like 82 when the first TNG came out, all right? So dude's like, I don't know, he's like 165 right now. So like, we all kind of know, like, we can see how he moves in some situation where it's like,
Honestly, I could hear it in his voice because he sounded like an old man in season 1. And now he really sounds like I am the wisest of the security. He sounds like Deckard Cain from Diablo. I can see him going, stay a while and
when
listen.
It comes to security.
I'm not too old to throat punch a person.
Yeah. So, but he was like, I got wisdom, so give it to her.
Yeah.
Let me see. Do I have any final thoughts? You know what? I'm just glad it's over. Glad it's over. I can put it to rest. Guys, I am not coming back for season 3.
You say that now. You say that now.
I say that until there's a good trailer. But you know what? I said it and I meant it about Titans. Because this last season of Titans, I was like, you got me. And I'm not coming back. I'm done. I'm finished. Finito. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So I stick to my word. I gotta stick to my story.
I almost believe you because you were the only person I know who managed to escape Game of Thrones. But but we'll see. We'll see.
I've seen one episode. Well, 2. I've seen 2 episodes. I saw the first one. Where they pushed the kid out the window, killed the kid, but then somebody told me that kid didn't die. I was like,
no, he's paralyzed for the rest of the show. Yeah.
I was like, he didn't die. I was like,
no.
Sounds about right for Hollywood.
Any other person
would have been scraped off and buried. But
I
was like, I know he signed a contract. He got to be around, so I get it. And then there was an
just check out the books, all right?
There was an episode where they show you what Hodor means, and I was like, "Oh, that's sad." And now,
so you saw episode 1, and then you saw episode 5 of season 7. Yeah, that you escaped. All right, you escaped the show.
I was at Arcatron's house, and he had it on, and I was just like, "Oh, that's nice."
But yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, serious talk. I'm not going to say I absolutely believe that you won't be back for season 3, but I can say that I believe that you have decided so far and you might not change your mind. But this is also Star Trek, so I know where your heart is.
But see, we got enough now. We got enough. I'm not hurting no more. I'm not hurting no more for Star. We good.
Especially with the new show that's out.
Hotness. We got Prodigy, hotness. We got Lower Decks, hotness. We got Star Trek, Strange New Worlds. Yes.
We'll talk about that on another show.
But see, so my Star Trek appetite is cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to see how Picard ends. What I could do is probably watch like the last 2 episodes of the season and just get a good idea and be like, all right, cool, great. Everything's over. And then like it's all over. Great. This is real good. Because I don't think I can do 10 hours again. The final 2 episodes will get, because they'll be like last time on Picard. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. This is what they was doing. All right, no problem. And then I'll have it in my head and I'll be like, great. At least I saw the end of it and it's over. Probably same thing with Titans. Probably watch just the finale and be like, okay, cool. That's what y'all did.
I'm with you, but Titans lost me at episode 2. As soon as I'm like, wow, I don't like Dick Grayson. All right, yeah, I can't watch the show. Because I'm like, Dick Grayson is acting like a jerk. That ain't him. I'm out.
Tough, but it actually picked up around episode 3 or 4. It picked up right when I was about to let it go. And I was like, hold up. This episode was okay. Like, even in my review, I was like, hey, this episode was all right, so I might hang. And then I was like, okay, cool. But
I tried, and
I'm glad Hank is now Jack Reacher. I like him better in that.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like, I saw the Hawk and Dove episode, and I'm like, okay, they got Hawk and Dove right. I actually kind of like them. I saw Jason Todd on his debut, and I'm like, all right, I buy that as Jason. All right. So they got the characters right, except for the most important 2, which were the main 2 characters of the first season. They got Dick wrong. They got Raven wrong. I'm just okay.
Raven is, I'm not particularly mad. I know you got to go your way, but Raven just, she's I
was okay
Dick Grayson
with
is
I was all right with the person who played Raven. I was even all right with the Raven character. I didn't deal well with the cult. And again, when I'm looking at the show and I'm going, Nightwing is way too edgy, then there's something wrong. Because of all the members of the Bat family, he is the likable one. He and Barbara are the 2 that you want to hang with. Tim, maybe hang with Tim. Jason, cool absolutely not. Bruce, cool only because he'll pay for everything.
Seeing an older, reflective Batman in the Titans show is something that I think is underrated. I'll give them that. I do like the older, reflective Batman that's like, you know what? I messed y'all kids up and I'm sorry. That kind of thing. I thought not in those words, I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the whole scene, but he was talking to Jason and basically like, you know what, I never should have did this to you. Like,
I just think they picked the wrong actor for it.
But I messed y'all up. So I do like that. I did like the conversation with him and Dick Grayson and stuff.
When I saw that they cast Ian Glenn as Bruce, I'm like, nah, you'd make a great Alfred.
Why he can't level up?
Because Damian don't come around for another 14 years. So Ian Glenn teaching Damian Wayne age 12. you see what I'm talking about?
Look,
so
there ain't no Damian here. I just get it.
Ain't no Damian, ain't no Tim. He's that old by Jason Todd.
Well, there is Tim. We get the Tim that came up in the last season. Trust me, it's not really like the same type of Tim, and it's, he's trying to do like, action moves. He's kind of a little guy, and it just doesn't translate well on screen. The actor isn't bad, but
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, I
and
was
of course,
okay.
Also, he's light skinned, so people was mad about that. He was,
See,
yeah, so he was a black
yeah.
guy,
So
or
yeah, but
so
people always
they
gonna be mad when you put black people on screen. I know I'm normally not the guy to talk about that, but I'm getting ready for a Lord of the Rings panel, and man, people have been all up in arms. I saw people are up in arms about there being a black woman on the show Vikings. I'm like, Viking was a job, and the Norwegians had boats all over the world. The Africans had boats all over the world. What, you think there were border walls up around continents? There was only one border wall at the time, and that was in China. Thank you. So yeah, it was a thing.
I remember seeing the Lord of the Rings trailer and be like, oh, this looks kind of cool. And other people did not feel the same way.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I mean, I'm probably still not going to watch it if there's going to be a lot of walking, because we got things to do. Like, don't you got like birds? Can't we just fly over this? So we got to walk through the scary forest. You got birds. Why don't we just fly over it? Nah, man.
Because the birds don't like flying over the scary forest, and we can't take them in the fight.
Why don't we fly around the forest?
Because the birds don't like you enough to do that.
We got all kinds of reasons. Okay, well, you got super duper magic, right? Well, why don't we just super duper magic around there? Oh, well, I got other things to do. Stop lying. You just lazy, Gandalf. You lazy.
See, now that's a different talk for a different time, because everything you just brought up has been addressed in the lore.
In a BS way, I'm sure.
No, not well BS at all. All right, look, you just said super duper magic. The reason that Sauron was bad was because he used super duper magic. Okay, Tolkien didn't like super duper magic. No, he didn't like super duper magic because it takes away story. That's why if you look at The Hobbit, Gandalf only comes around when he wrote himself into a corner. Because as soon as magic is introduced, the world breaks. So can you magic me over there?
But then when you do that, you also create another issue. Ex Machina.
Because
you also create another issue. Like, oh, he's here. All right, cool. So you had no other ideas, right? So you create another issue. It's not like it's the same problem when superheroes magically forget their powers when the story needs to happen. It's like, yo, man, can't he do this? Well, couldn't he do that? Couldn't he also do this?
See, you're saying all that, but we're here to talk about Star Trek, which can turn energy into matter and back again. That can make things out of nothing and go through, like, seriously speaking, 90% of all Star Trek plots could be solved with creative uses of transporters and sterilization protocols. That's it.
Not sterilization. But that's also why we didn't like this season, because of this type of stuff. We were like, yo, why did they do that? Why did they leave her alone? Why did they let this happen? Why? You can have smart characters. This is something that a little movie called Lights Out did extremely well.
Okay.
Lights Out is a horror movie where nobody was stupid. People still died. People were still killed. You still had your body count, but nobody was dumb. You can have these movies without people just being dumb for no reason.
All right.
Like, let me go on over here by myself. It looks dark and dangerous, but people been talking about ghosts, but let's go. Nobody did any of that.
No, so I ain't saying that you're incorrect. I'm not saying that you're incorrect, but what I do think is I think you were mistaking intelligent moves for genius moves. Okay. I did a QA on Friday, and one of the questions was, what horror movie slasher do you think you could survive against? And I said Jason Voorhees, because he only hunts at that camp.
Yep.
It's desolate. There's no phones. 12 kids got killed there last summer. I'm going to Daytona.
My mama ain't going to let me go there no way. My mama going to be like, hey, mom, I got this promotion for summer camp. Oh, cool. Where you want to go? It's called Camp Crystal Lake. Wasn't that the place on the news where the kids died? No.
Yeah, no, you're gonna be camping in the backyard.
And
you got can't mow the lawn. All right. If you're trying to get out there and get killed, I mean, it's so simple. I mean,
like,
but
black
the
kids
genius
just ain't going
move,
there because they mama
yeah,
be
the
like,
genius
"Didn't some
move is
kids
not
die
to
there?"
show up, And so I'm not saying that characters got to do the stupid, but what I am saying is when characters, and this is coming from your GM as well, when characters do everything that the audience tells them not to do, then we don't have story. That's a big thing.
But I've seen movies where the characters are smart and they make smart moves, they make good moves, and bad things can still happen. You just have to work harder. Work harder.
Yeah, look, I'm not
that's
saying.
All I'm saying. Work harder.
I'm not saying you're incorrect. I'm not saying you're incorrect. I am saying you're being a little hard on Lord of the Rings.
What you gonna do? Man, I'm out. Got a Starbucks date. I'll holler at y'all later. It's like, whoa, you ain't gonna help us with this? Nah, just walk by foot through here. Do you have like a tunnel or something we can take? No, just go straight through. Like, come on, man. Like, and this is the only way. This is the only way we got. But of course, I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
I know we gotta have our story.
Well, it's not just that though, but you don't know enough about the lore on Tolkien. Like, why not take the Eagles? There is a school that was saying their whole trip through Moria and all that stuff was going to the place where they were going to get picked up by the Eagles. That's why Gandalf said fly when he fell down the hole. And it's like, well, why couldn't the Eagles come all the way over here? Because when Eagles fly over places that people live, people shoot at them. And why not go around? Because Sauron's forces were everywhere else. That's why they were walking all quiet and stealthy. That's in the lore. That is already in there.
Then I would go back on what Stan Lee says. Every comic book is someone's first comic book. So somebody watching this movie for the first time is going to be like, first, why are we doing all this walking when we got the magic guy? Why we ain't flying over all this stuff? And you should answer those questions instead of spending an hour of us looking at beautiful landscapes. Answer these questions. So now we're at another problem. Another problem.
Now you're getting into adaptation between mediums. So you would have been fine.
You're not answering real questions.
So you would have been fine if Pippin had been like, "Yo, Gandalf, let me holler at you for a minute." So you got the super duper magic, right? And Gandalf be like, "I got the super duper magic, but I can't use the super duper magic because when super duper magic is used, Sauron happens." Second, the Eagles don't like coming down here.
Okay, it makes sense. At least at least having one character be interested in like, can't we just do this the quick and easy way? Everybody was just like, okay, we're like, all right, let's just walk by foot. Let's walk. It's like, yo, look, I know y'all trying to get y'all steps in, but like, I thought this was a very important mission. Like, and this guy has eagles that can just fly us right up over there, like, right there. And then having that conversation changes, because I'm not the only person that asked these questions.
Now, a lot of people
came out. A lot of people were like, yo, man, why your boy be out at the most important times?
Yeah, no, I mean that
the most crucial times he just leaves.
Look, every time people say that, I tell them to watch the movie again, because at the beginning of part 2, you found out the Nazguls have wyverns. So Nazguls are out there flying out looking for the ring too. So it's like if we got on the Eagles, it would have been an air combat battle. Then the ring bearer probably would have fallen off and fallen all the way down, went sploosh, and then one of the other Nazguls would have been picking up the body and going, "Yep, got the ring, game over." Because they show like all of the questions are answered over the course of watching. It's not answered quickly. Why don't y'all just fly? Because the Nazguls fly too. Why don't we go around here? Well, why don't we take the Gap of Rohan? It takes us too close to Saruman. Why don't we go this way? Because it takes us too closest to those forces of Mordor. Well, we got 2 routes then, and both of them suck. All right, let the ring bearer decide. All right, we'll take the Mines of Moria. Man, I don't want to go,
Real quick, Geeky Andre said he could survive 30 days of night because he wouldn't go to a remote town in Alaska.
Exactly. Exactly.
I said, episode 1 of Lovecraft Country, all 3 of the characters survived giant vampire creatures by being smart. Yeah.
Hold up. Episode 1? If I recall, they did survive the giant vampire creatures, but they didn't survive the sundown town. the giant vampire creatures are the ones that got them away from the sheriff, and they did do everything smart. So
but
I
see,
mean
that's when it's good. They did everything in their power. And then things like you can write things that way. Now, of course, there are, up and down how Lovecraft Country wrapped up, because the way they wrapped it up was like, oh yeah, we got 2 more episodes left. Nah, this is the last one. Hold up, this is the last one? Like right now. So we gotta, okay, let's put everything together.
It's like, you said we had 8. No, you had to finish by 8. Oh, I thought you were gonna buy 8. No, we bought 6.
But, and then also remember, random. Look, we gonna close, guys. We know. Look, we done. We gonna close. Remember when they reopened Crystal Lake and like kids was like, "All right, let's go." Nah, look, because people was like, and I can't remember y'all. All y'all slasher fans, y'all know. Whenever they reopened Crystal Lake, it was like, I don't know, the 4th one, something like that, whatever. People were like, oh, well, that was a long time ago. So, nope. Look, Black Mama's still going to be, Black dads, Black moms still going to be like, I don't care if them kids was killed 100 years ago. All right? You ain't going to. But everybody else is going, well, you ain't, they can tell you how it was.
No, Black mamas be like, oh, they opened that place up again. Yeah. Isn't that where all those kids were killed 10 years ago? Oh, yeah, but that was a long time ago. Tell you what, wait till next year. And then next year roll around, we gonna give it one more year.
Give it one more year. If nothing happens this year, we got a deal. If nothing happens this year at all, I mean, there better not be a
twisted ankle.
Hangnail. Yeah,
there better not be no poison oak. There better not be no drowning.
Better not get a splinter out there. And if they don't, then you can go next year. And you be like, all right, see, watch, mom, it's gonna be safe. And then like, Channel 9 News. 10 more kids were killed. 10 more kids were killed.
That would be a really good Friday the 13th movie, where they actually reopen it up as a real camp, and you got that one black kid whose mom is just looking at him with that suspicious look. That whole What about when all those kids got killed? That was 30 years ago. Yeah, Guess what? So was Reagan. What's your point?
Like, so you ain't going. You ain't going to no camp out there with all them kids. Also, there's another lesson that black parents. I just realized you don't need to be the only one out there with them anyway. And that's gonna be a whole another statement.
I just realized we just pitched season 1 of Atlanta or episode 1 of this season of Atlanta.
Yo, we kind of did.
Because he come back from camp and he's like, "There any spaghetti in there?" Yeah, there's spaghetti in there. Yeah, you ain't gonna be listening to them counselors no more, huh?
But there was shouts out. I can't remember what Friday the 13th it is. There's a black kid in red pajamas. I'll never forget this. Jason rolls up. He screams and runs full blast. Jason never catches him. You know why? Because we don't play. We don't play. We don't trip at inopportune times. We don't trip. You know what I'm saying? He was bringing the knees up high, and he was. You know what I'm saying? He was chopping wind. All right.
He was running like he was in Get Out.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Jason probably saw him run off and was just like, "Dang, all right." You know,
like, is he Kenyan? I don't know. I think he's from Kenya. Or sorry, is he from Kenya? But yeah, now you sound like Eddie Murphy and Raw. It's like, no, man, my daughter got sucked into the TV. I'm a man. I tried to save her. I changed the channel. It didn't work. So
the funny thing is, rewatch Poltergeist. When I was younger, it felt like Carrie Ann was only gone for like a day. Yo, Carrie Ann is gone for like a month, son. Yeah, like she's just gone. Like she's gone to the point where it's like, y'all might want to just forget about her. That's how long she's gone.
Like, you know what?
When I was little, it seemed like she was only gone for like a day or two.
No, she was gone for a while.
Again, I was like, yo, she been gone for a minute. Like,
real talk. The Family in Poltergeist is the only horror movie family that I ain't got issues with.
Yeah, they did try.
They did everything in their power, and when they got her back, they left after the house got crunched up. And when they went to the hotel, first thing they did, got rid of the TV. Like, nope.
Yeah.
And then part 2 opens up with the younger son going, "Come on, Dad, let's get a TV." No.
Nope. We a TV-free family.
And kids at school make fun of me for not having a TV. I don't care.
Too bad.
You go to school to learn, not for a TV review.
Yep. Just tell them to tell you what happened. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. Look, these are two of my friends. They're valets down at the hotel. They will tell you everything that happened in every episode of every show you want to watch, okay?
There is one part that I'll ding them on, but I'll slide it on. You know, white people in horror movies, they just do what they want to do. There's a part in Poltergeist where they put a helmet on Carrie-Ann or maybe the son, and they put him in the kitchen, and it slides him to the other side. At that moment, he should have been like,
"No,
baby, go on back."
I let him slide on that for one reason.
Okay.
You and I come from a very suspicious culture, okay, or superstitious culture.
True.
Black people, we don't mess around with demons. We don't mess around with the devil. We don't mess around anytime
we don't play with
something spiritual might happen, we take it as its worst and we boom, because our spiritual roots.
We are very spiritual people. We don't play that.
Well,
we don't
partly because of our spiritual roots and partly because of the brainwashing we got from Christianity back on the plantation. White people didn't have that. They had the age of reason. They had curiosity. Stuff don't start off bad for them. It starts off okay, and it goes either good or a little worse, and then back around to good. So when something is new, it's like, I wonder why this is happening. We've got the spirit of curiosity and bold curiosity for what's going ahead. While our people come from a history, specifically American Black people, come from a history of going, nah. Like, what are you talking about? It's just her sliding across. You know what? If my people had just said nah when it came to something as innocuous as a boat, I wouldn't be here.
If a boat showed up and we immediately, but see, that was the last time we was curious. From now on, nope. Okay, no lie. I've told this story numerous times. Got up in the middle of the night to get something to drink. I was thirsty. And one of NERDSoul Light's toys started playing sounds. But see, I didn't know he had left it on. So I'm in the house, all lights are off, I'm drinking some water, and the toy like starts making some sounds and talking. I was like, oh, this thing about to go in the trash right now. No, we ain't playing with this. He ain't playing with this no more. Then then Lisa was like, no, he left it on. I was like, okay, but if it make another sound, look, you ain't no 3 strikes, you got 2 strikes. All right. If it make one more sound.
That thing is going to the trash. Do you remember
if I take it down and put it in the trash and I get back to the house and it's back in the house, we move it. It's over. It's over. We gone. It's over.
You remember Furbies?
Yeah,
from the late 90s? Okay, those things actually communicated with each other with an infrared signal. This is important because it's the same type of infrared signal that a remote control to a TV uses. I didn't notice at the time. So that creepy little Mogwai thing, I'm at a friend of mine's house. We're hanging out, watching cartoons, and he goes to the bathroom and a commercial comes on. And I hear, I hate this. And the TV turns off. And I look back and the Furby's eyes are going, I picked that thing up and I threw it out the window. I'm like, nope. We ain't playing. And my friend's mom, it was my friend Sam, and my friend and his mom, Sam's mom was like, what are you doing? And I'm like,
I'm protecting y'all.
That thing said, I don't like this. And the TV turned off. I don't know. And she's like, boy, I paid way too much money for my friends to come in here and start throwing out his toys. And I'm like, all right, ma'am. So I went back inside and I got it.
That's a demon. It's been possessed. Like you start breaking it down. Ma'am, you got to understand that is a demon now. There is no more toy.
No, bro, I was in the I was in like, oh no, I wasn't in the 7th grade. I was just out of high school and stuff, but still, no, man, no. So, but again, that's how our people roll.
Yeah.
White people go, I wonder why that happened. Oh, wow, it has an infrared signal that must be on the same frequency as the remote control. I can see that. The commercial comes on. There are certain audio and visual cues that might have accidentally turned on its system. So no, that is not a demon. That was just a coincidence. My daughter is sliding across the floor. There is no evidence that says that this thing might be malicious. And we black people, we like, oh, so your dog don't bite? I don't know. It got teeth, don't it?
Got teeth, don't it? Like, nah. Because I was walking with NERDSoul, like, went to pick him up when the dog came around, and Lee was like, oh, no, the dog's going like,
I don't know.
Because if something happened, then I got to punt your dog across the street. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to kick a dog. But if
I don't want to be like Jack Black and Anchorman.
Oh, I forgot he did kick the dog. Oh, man. A dog did get kicked. I forgot about that. That's hilarious. See, I don't want to have to kick a dog. I don't want to have to do that. So I just pick up my son. And then you can just walk around. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to have a leash on him anyway, but I ain't going to say nothing.
I just would have looked at her and said, this is
argument, Karen. I'm not going to do that.
No. I would have looked at her and said, this is the way you feel is how I normally feel when you and your friends cross the street when I'm walking down it. You know, but that's just me. That's just me though.
So, but with that said, guys. Oh man. This is when you get us to have a little bit of fun. So with that said, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to throw it to the Cinematic Sorcerer. Tell them where they can find you.
Hey, you can find me Monday through Friday. Well, this week, Tuesday through Friday, because I had to go out and get a real gig. On twitch.tv/BID_P. You can also check me out Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at my YouTube channel here, Solar Gray. I like doing dual streams and all that stuff. But where we talk about nerd culture, geek stuff, and a bit of life coaching thrown in on that, because the things that we do to make our lives happy are the things that people can do to be happy about living. So you can find me over there.
All right. And of course, NERD, SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those places. Hit that thumbs up. If you like what you're seeing, hit a thumbs down. If you don't, but make sure to subscribe. Share this. You know, if you've ever had a weird instance with a toy or something, actually, if you shout out, I got new followers.
What's this?
Jay.
I got a new follower.
What up, Jay?
But if you subscribe, I do the little dance. So that's all I'm saying to that.
You coming in? You want to say something? All right, come on. What you want to talk about? What you bringing some Pac Samson? No Pac Samson.
No.
All right. So what's up?
I'm gonna kick the dog.
I'm not gonna kick a dog.
You're gonna kick my dog.
No, you don't have a dog. This kid does not have a dog.
No.
What dog you got?
Uncle Kevin has a.
Uncle Kevin. Look, guys, we love all y'all. All right. Show him Pac Samson. Go on, show him that. Well, hold up. Bring it back. So, all right,
there
Pac
you
Samson.
go.
There you go. Pac Samson. Boom. All right. The cookout. Oh, sorry. The cookout. Look, love all y'all. Say we out.
We out.
Say peace.
Peace.
Say read some black comics.
Read some black comics.
Mm-hmm.
And
Comic.
yeah, and if you see something weird, strange, supernatural in your house, don't hang around and try to figure it out.
And don't sleep.
Don't sleep on it. All right,
Don't sleep and don't poke it. Don't poke it trying to find out what it is.
Not book.
Yeah. Anyway, we out. Clever Little Vixen, Stargate, Geeky Andre, Tyler Bennett, who else? Stretch Free K. I might have them all. And Jay on the other side, the new follower. Shouts out to Jay. You know, Jay.
Yeah.
We here. So until next time, thank you for rolling through. And peace. You want to put the hand up? You want to do the hand? What you? No.
All right, here we go. All
Are you ready? And go.
And out. Oh, man.
Finish him off! If you can't do it, then maybe you should let someone who can, like me.